All right, guys, welcome to TrueDIY. We're here at the Together Fest in Boston tonight for their featured event, Silent Disco. Oddly enough, we are sitting here with George Gayl and Sarah from Silent Storm. So, without further ado, what is your musical background? Are you guys both musicians?
No, neither of us are actually musicians. More music enthusiasts and live music fans, which kind of is which is kind of the foundation of our passion behind a lot of what goes into putting on these events and putting the amount of energy that we do into running these events. So we're not musicians, but definitely fueled by music.
Cool.
Yes.
So how did you come up with this idea?
We didn't come up with the concept of silent disco. I wish we had. Okay. It's a genius concept that has been around for over a decade. It's kind of a boom in Europe and has slowly kind of infiltrated the music festival scene here in the U.S. and was able to personally experience it a while ago and loved it so much. Brought it back to Boston because it didn't exist in the region here, and honestly just wanted to experience it myself, and there was no one doing it, so it just seemed like a great opportunity to do it for our friends, and it's just grown a lot since then, and turned into a really great...
I think I started hearing about it a couple of years ago, and more people tell me about it every day. So do you think that the night evolves the same way as the night would evolve at a normal dance party? Like, people start interacting the same way, or is it different in any way?
It's a little different. I think that, especially from the musical perspective, the DJs feel it's much different. It's a little slower start. People kind of get their talking, networking, socializing, their drink on, and they get a little warmed up, and then they realize that all of a sudden there's 50 people on the dance floor, and they didn't even realize it because they were busy talking. And then they put their headphones on and they can hear the music, and all of a sudden they're uniquely unified with the rest of them. And
I don't know if you guys have seen the video on your blog from the Sasquatch Festival, where there's just that one guy dancing by himself, and then 5 minutes later there's probably 1,000 or 2,000 people dancing with him. And that contagious energy of dance, the fact that it can carry over to something like silent disco is incredible.
Yeah, so. It's pretty incredible because it really takes that one person to really catch someone else's eye, and then the second person joins in, and all of a sudden it's a dance party. But if you're part of that dance party, it's similar to being part of this group of people that have headphones on, because if you don't have the headphones on, you don't know what they're listening to. It's like this exclusive feeling and element that you get when you're wearing these headphones, and everyone else is looking at you like you're crazy because you're dancing to silence and they can't hear what you're dancing to. But and the curiosity builds up, so it virally spreads and grows, and it's amazing to watch it from the outside, and it's even more fun to be in it. Yeah.
So if DJs wanted to rent out your service and kind of like used it for a release party or something, is that possible?
Right now we're doing several things. So we offer the rental of the equipment and the service. It comes in various packages, so you can rent the headsets and the transmitters and the necessary equipment to run it yourself, so DJs can use it on their own in order to run a silent disco style event. You can also then have another tier of service where you have staff that helps to run it, execute the event, get party starters and the setup if they're not familiar with the AV equipment kind of thing. But other than that, you can rent the equipment and run the party yourself. We've done everything.
Unique night.
Yeah,
awesome.
Anything from a house party to a typical night, but you want to make it unique, you can do that as well. So.
Great. So coming from an entrepreneur, do you have any advice to maybe other entrepreneurs who are trying to break into the music industry right now?
Yeah, I think it's just finding that unique niche and go for it. You're going to have a lot of backlash from people that are going to be skeptics, but we'll tell you, there's nothing more satisfying than converting skeptics when people walk by and they're like, there's no way I'm doing that. They look like idiots, and then at the end of the night, they are sweating and high-fiving you on the way out because they had the best time they've had ever. And it's just finding that niche, and if you love it, you're not alone. There's going to be a lot of other people that do.
Kind of the final question we're asking to wrap up with everybody is, what excites you about the music industry right now? Anything in particular?
For me, the diversity and the variability, I think that what used to be just electronic and what used to be just mainstream has now merged, and what used to be one venue was for one type of person. We can now host, with our equipment, we're hosting 2 separate DJs. We have 2 channels. We can have one genre and another genre and the same people unified by music and dance, and I think that that's what's exciting for us right now, to see a lot of different people just enjoy the passion of music and be in the same room with people they may not ever otherwise be in the same room with. So, for me.
Well said.
Very well said.